learning was very difficult. Children had to carry loads of textbooks. Even the homework at home was difficult because without a textbook, the child could not access the teaching and learning material effectively. But now, with the use of the Learning Passport digital platform, one has to acquire a tablet or a phone. You can access all the digital learning material and requirements on the Learning Passport, and the child can learn freely at home without any disturbances. Our teachers had difficulty in the teaching and learning in the sense that they had to instruct and give instructions, lots of homework. So before, it was no teacher, no learning. Now with Learning Passport, no teacher, learning can still go on.
Learning Passport has actually helped our learners to engage in research work because they've been exposed to this thing. You find them coming up with questions, even to question me as a teacher. It really helped them. We have seen it in the increased pass rate. Last year I was teaching grade 7s. It really went a long way to help them.
Our pass rate has never dropped, but it has risen drastically. Before the Learning Passport, our pass rate was at 84.3%. In 2020, in 2023, it was at 95.8%. Learners love using technology. That is the major reason why our pass rate is increasing year by year. We are now a digital connected school, not only in Zimbabwe, but in the whole world.
I think Learning Passport is interesting because you can research more information, you can understand better. You can use it to do some revisions after school or at break time. When you're free, you can just come and do your research.
Yesterday we did an ICT lesson of multimedia. I didn't understand it, but when I did it with Learning Passport, I understand it better. I get to understand things that I did not understand when the teacher was teaching.
To the other learners who doesn't have Learning Passport, I would advise them to have it because it has many advantages. Because Learning Passport improves our grades and our e-learning will be better than without Learning Passport.
Before the UNICEF gave us the offline modem, we could not access without the internet connection. But now, with an offline modem, there is no need of internet. Those in regions without internet, especially in rural areas, there is a modem that uses no internet. So learning and teaching can take place effectively. The future of using Learning Passport is very bright, in the sense that as a third world country, our students will match the world in terms of technology. And also our teachers now have less burden in giving instructions.
Nastawana an opportunity about the new model of blended learning. Chandanyofarira yanga irinya the idea of the flipped classroom, where we are now changing the traditional model of teaching and learning from a teacher-centered approach to a learner-centered approach, so that they learn by doing and maybe tingangochi discovery learning in short. So that model we can actually make the classroom a bit more interesting and engaging for the learners. Saka inogona kushanda especially patetro kudaita science lessons because bamwe pacho zvinhu zvacho zvinogona very too abstract, but with the idea the blended learning and the flipped classroom taona sekuti zvinogona kuengage vana vedu kuti feel as if they are part of the process. Pavanenge vachishandisa mafoni avo, laptops and all that kind of stuff, zvinogona kuvabatsira kuti vave more engaged.
To the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education, UNICEF and Microsoft, I would like to thank them for giving us Learning Passport, because it has improved so many of us who didn't know much about ICT and many other subjects.